Is your Florida dream home turning into a financial nightmare? Imagine once thriving cities slowly losing their luster as the 2025 housing crash casts a long, ominous shadow. Today, we explore Florida's top 10 cities teetering on the edge of urban decay, cities that may soon transform into ghost towns. In the next 10 minutes, we will journey through historical trends, expert insights, and hard-hitting statistics, revealing a story of economic volatility and floodgates of change. If you're into amazing content like this, hit that subscribe button right now. It's totally free. Our investigation begins by setting the stage. Over the past several decades, Florida emerged as a symbol of opportunity and vibrant growth. Sun-drenched beaches and a booming housing market attracted investors and families alike. However, even the brightest dreams can face dark turning points. As we approach 2025, multiple economic forces converge: oversupply of homes, soaring insurance rates, and wider market vulnerabilities. The perfect storm is on the horizon, and nowhere is this more evident than in these 10 cities. In the coming moments, we will peel back the layers of economic shifts, analyzing neighborhood trends and uncovering hidden narratives behind numbers and graphs. Florida's story is one of contrasts, moments of exuberant growth punctuated by precipitous declines. The cities we examine today are not merely isolated examples. They serve as a microcosm of an economy in flux, a mirror to the broader national and global real estate landscape. Our first case takes us to Fort Lauderdale, once renowned for its bustling coastal charm and enticing real estate. Fort Lauderdale has experienced an 80% increase in housing inventory year over year. Such an abrupt surge puts downward pressure on home prices, and rising insurance premiums, up 60% since 2019, have further unsettled the market. Picture long stretches of empty streets once filled with eager buyers and vibrant community life. The narrative here is stark, a city caught between initial promise and the grim reality of a collapsing market. The economic model that once propelled Fort Lauderdale into prosperity now faces a daunting future, urging us to question whether revitalization is still possible or merely a distant dream. Turning our lens to Tampa, we witness another unfolding drama. Not long ago celebrated as one of Florida's real estate gems, Tampa has experienced a considerable cooling in its housing market. Once counted among the top 10 cities, Tampa now languishes in the 29th slot for Zillow's 2025 ratings. Hurricanes, increased taxes, and soaring insurance costs have conspired to dampen investor enthusiasm. Contemplate neighborhoods where booming growth has slowed to a trickle, where once bright prospects dim under the weight of economic adversity. Tampa's transformation from a dynamic hub to a cautionary tale is emblematic of the broader housing market challenges that have permeated the state. Our journey then takes us to Jacksonville. Once flourishing, Jacksonville now stands at a precipice as housing inventory reaches its highest level in nearly a decade. Month over month, price declines tease a future where the market's overheated status might finally burst. In a city previously renowned for its steady growth and cultural vibrancy, the influx of unsold homes now signals an impending correction. Overvaluation has become a double-edged sword here, setting the stage for further declines that will force both homeowners and investors to reckon with a more sobering reality. This narrative of overextension and impending correction underlines the broader economic vulnerability that many Florida cities face. The analysis continues in Sarasota, a city once synonymous with leisure and upscale living. Sarasota's housing inventory has now exceeded 4,000 homes, approaching levels unseen for a decade. This surge is not merely a statistic, it symbolizes a market in distress. With the average time on the market stretching longer and longer, the balance of supply and demand has tipped heavily in favor of sellers. Few buyers are stepping in, and the lack of competition only accelerates the gradual decline in home values. Sarasota's situation reminds us that luxury is not immune to the laws of economics, and that even paradise can, under the wrong circumstances, become a stark reminder of market forces at work. Next, we cast our spotlight on Port St. Lucie, deemed the most overvalued area in Florida. In this city, home prices are currently reported at a staggering 41% above their intrinsic value. Here, the singular phenomenon of swelling inventories and overzealous market dynamics is wreaking havoc on what was once a burgeoning real estate scene. Residents and investors alike face the harsh truth. When overvaluation meets economic reality, the result is a rapid and painful adjustment. Port St. Lucie, with its unchecked market exuberance, stands as a vivid example of how the chase for growth without balance can lead to an economic echo of collapse. We now travel to the duo of Cape Coral and Fort Myers, two cities that have experienced a similar fate, a 5% year-over-year decline in home values. Despite their coastal allure and rich histories, these cities are not immune to the broader market challenges. Ongoing surges in housing inventory suggest that more significant price drops are on the horizon. Loving the video so far? Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps more than you know. Investors and community leaders alike are grappling with the quintessential question: how do you reinvigorate a market when the fundamental supply-demand balance has already swayed so drastically? This situation underscores a recurrent theme in our analysis: the haunting interplay between supply oversaturation and declining investor confidence. St. Petersburg, another jewel along Florida's coast, now faces unprecedented lows in home sales transactions. The once thriving market pockets of St. Petersburg have given way to a scene where inventory levels soar and buyer numbers evaporate. Visualize a vibrant city where historic districts, bustling with art and culture, are now shadowed by empty storefronts and desolate sidewalks. This city's narrative is a powerful reminder that economic downturns can strip away the veneer of cultural and historical significance, leaving behind a stark, ghostly tableau of urban decay. Moving inland, we encounter Lakeland, which has been particularly affected by a builder-driven surge in inventory. Here, new construction aimed at meeting past demands now backfires as market saturation forces home values into a cold, downward spiral. The optimism that fueled post-pandemic construction evaporates in the face of reality. The promise of a thriving market is replaced by the actual numbers that tell a different story. Lakeland's experience serves as a sobering lesson for cities riding the wave of development without corresponding demand, providing a cautionary tale about the perils of overzealous growth. Our final stop brings us to Osceola County, a region covering the famed Disney area. Once synonymous with magic and endless families' adventures, it now finds itself grappling with a massive surge in housing supply. Compared to pre-pandemic levels, listings in Osceola have seen a dramatic increase. While the allure of a magical destination persists, the economic reality suggests that reduced migration and relentless construction efforts are driving home values downward. Here, the collision of fantasy and fiscal challenges creates a uniquely haunting narrative, a reminder that even the most storied regions are not immune to the forces of market imbalance. Every city we've examined today tells a part of Florida's unfolding story, a story of growth challenged by sudden oversupply, of dreams weighed down by economic gravity. Our narrative is woven through a mosaic of data points, historical shifts, and expert opinions, all converging on a pivotal truth: economic cycles are unforgiving, and today's boom can quickly turn into tomorrow's bust. But amid this looming crisis, there remains a glimmer of insight and opportunity. Economic downturns, as disheartening as they may be, also signal a moment for reflection, recalibration, and the potential for rebirth. By understanding the factors that precipitate change, investors, policymakers, and residents alike can prepare for recovery. For every city facing decline, there exists a pathway toward renewal. The lessons learned in Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, Jacksonville, Sarasota, Port St. Lucie, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, St. Petersburg, Lakeland, and Osceola County are not merely cautionary tales, they are blueprints for adaptation. As we near the end of our exploration, let us reflect on a fundamental truth. The forces driving urban decay are complex and multifaceted. They are the result of historical trends, current market pressures, and speculative excesses. No solution is simple. Yet, the process of understanding these dynamics is the first step toward mitigating their harsh impact. Our analysis reveals not only where the challenges lie, but also hints at how communities might pivot toward a brighter, more sustainable future. In closing, consider the human impact behind the economic figures. Every statistic represents lives disrupted, investments imperiled, and the hope of prosperity tested by the relentless march of market forces. Even as we narrate the decline of these top 10 Florida cities, there is a call for vigilance and proactive planning. The ghost towns of tomorrow do not have to be inevitable. They are, in many ways, the product of choices made today. Our journey through the intricate tapestry of Florida's housing market serves as a reminder that change is constant and unpredictable. The challenges that have emerged are daunting, yet they compel us to look at every reported statistic through the lens of human experience and resilience. By learning the lessons of the past and understanding the forces at play, we equip ourselves to navigate uncertainty and shape a future where recovery and renewal are possible. Stay informed and protect your investments. Want more videos like this? Watch the next one here, and don't forget to subscribe for weekly uploads.